Oh, so here it is. Coming into Wednesday night, Wednesday morning, and I got two brokers. So I was drawing on the chart the other day, and it's funny because if you let the tick chart become its own kind of framing, you just cut this thing into, like right here would be your Fibonacci, your 62%. Some people think that that's a magical situation because it is, instead of 50%, it's a little bit more on sale. So right here and here's a little bit overbought. And same thing, I'll buy if it comes down here, I'll sell if it comes up there. So I just missed a sell. So we sell the bid though. We're selling the blue. We buy the red and we sell the blue on this. And the blue here, I'm just putting that is like, I suppose a trigger. So if it drops below here, you got to be ready to pull the trigger. If it starts to come down and make new lows, you come and you buy on the tick chart. And here you're getting ready to sell maybe, or you're long from here. This is the obvious stop. There's a retail flush there, son. What that you're looking at there is the retail flush. See, it kind of just you put your stop down there. I see what you did there. So we had two brokers, and we get three brokers up here if we wanted. They could fill the whole thing with tick charts from different brokers. It's kind of funny because one broker is a little bit ahead of the other guy. It's so funny because there is no, that's the beauty of forex is that arbitrage is still available. Broker competitions. I could trend line breaking here on this broker. This one's like rangy. I like this pattern here. I mean, this is that distribution. Ding, 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 ding. Ring my bell, and then ding, ding, ding. Wow. Carves out this hole, but this it's kind of choppy. Not so much. Interesting, different flavor per broker. So I'm going to run some tickets on this. This one on the right, I got the scripts ready to go here for the British pound. So British pound, looking at just the non-candle view, this is just the closing prices on top of the range. That's a little less heavy, but there's more data here. So you can see that if you're just trying to sell at the edge of the market or in the trap, the whole be selling new highs or new lows. This is a 20 pip grid, so you'd have to run at least a 40 pip stop to capture the 40 to 80 pip engulfment. So the market's going to do these classic where it goes full retard top tick Tommy. It seems inconceivable at the time, but like if you had had a box up here in this 20 pip window, and then you put another box here, these would be really, this internal lonely wick built box is going to be a real big deal. Like, so in the future, if you ever get up in that, so it gives a double importance. But it's not like you can count on that, because you would say, well, what if it goes higher? Do I keep selling? Yeah, because if you've got the track laid out that way, if you're going to decide to risk this box, this 20 pip window to make these many pips. So if you're coming off that top, and this is without regard to the rinse and repeat, because these are one-time events. If you get into this top tick Tommy shit up here, you sell into this when everybody's high on crack, and it comes tumbling down and takes out this, it's almost took out, didn't almost take it out, but coming off that pretty damn hard, right? And it keeps wicking down for the buyers. you know, if you're buying new lows in here, as it carves out this hole, you could also be the guy that you sold here, you got out here, you scalped to here because you knew this was the vacuum you were filling. As you come folding back in, okay, now you're getting a good ratio. And you're out at the end of the day. You gotta think how that trade would have been for, you know, you don't know when they're going to fill it. You know, if they ever take out the high of the previous day, it could be curtains for the bulls are just going to be trapped in this. This is a 3-day vacuum up here, you know, into the floor, almost to the pip. Not quite. I wouldn't count on that shit happening all the time. So I don't think stuff just happens that precisely. So would you put $1 million position at the 20-yard line because this congestion here happens to be the floor? Okay, but I'm thinking as we carve out this, the autofill on the sell limits that you placed in here, you could do a 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70K, you know, even sell catastrophically more up here and be able to sell more up there because you have the money to do it. But selling off of this top here and scalping just to here would be the, oh, that's a scalp. And maybe you had a 20 pip stop on that. So you were risking 20 to make 20. Break even as you went up, right? Maybe you put a linear grid so it's not martingale, it's just you're risking you know, $2 a drop or $20 a drop, right? So you're canvassing an area. It's like a neighborhood. I look at it like that. Like, now, certainly this plunge here, yeah, they're going to shear you're getting sheared to death. This is the British pound dropping through the floor. Now, that's why I say this British pound, I guess it's filling a void here to the left. I can't see. But when this plunge happens, now, if you're buying with a 100 pip stop on the 20s, it's not, how much money is that compared to buying standard lots here with a 20 pip stop and you keep getting stopped out, right? So if you're going to get in, you're buying a 1K, you're in a 3K, you know, what are you risking, right? Now, you have to approach the British pound like this because, I mean, this is extreme. I'm saying if you really are afraid that you're going to lose money, you'd say, well, that's a lot of work. Not really. If you just drop these one at a time, we could drop this whole thing in like this fast. There you go, whole trade plan. So 12 hours on these tickets. So this, I'm going to be doing 12-hour tickets here in this demo because this is going to be set it and forget it. Total grid trading, I don't even know if it's going to fill. So I'm going to be putting stuff down here that's like, oh, it's 12 hours. And also putting 4-hour, maybe 8-hour, but pretty much 12 hours. All into fresh Disneyland. So if this was, let's see, it's Asia right here. So in Asia, right now, I could be dropping, which is Asia now, I would be dropping orders to buy below here, right? So for 12 hours or a day. No, those, I guess it just would have not filled, actually. It had to drop all day long. Like I said, you have 24 hours. Put D1 in the script. At this moment, you're putting in these tickets, so you know they're going to fill. It's a good old day. You take out the low of the day, and you're scalping to this floor, right? See how fast that trade was? So that's the 1-hour scalp, suppose. But it retaps it. Amazingly, here's what's so kind of disappointing, that unless you're here for these trades on this level, where you take out this low and you go for a retest and another in Asia come back again, this whole time you're kind of technically banging off of this every time you come to the wick floor as opposed to the closing floor. Wow, because you know the double tops are obvious here. Top you know, I'm looking at 10 pip window here of big pivots. Mask up, mask off, mask on, mask off. This is really just retarded. And the other thing is it's very retarded movements. Can you make money from these things? Oh, yeah. So right now, I come in here easily with all the confidence of any goober on the planet right now, and I would put a buy limit here, a buy limit here, and one here, and one here, and one here. Now these would be 1Ks. And I look at that and I go, you know what? There's $5,000 in the account. Let's live a little and put some, we'll put a rack of 10Ks for 8 hours here, and maybe a 12-hour pack down here and lace them in. And, you know, if the market goes down another day, it just keeps on tanking. Now, what's amazing is that when the market took out this low, you know how many people's minds melted? Oh, well, the bottom tick bobbies that sold, dude, it's making new lows. It's crazy trade. I love this breakout shit you came up with. How's that work? Now, the winning side of the breakout trade, here's the argument for breakout trading is, well, I don't know about a daily here, but you know, this is the thing of the break. It's really a daily trap I'm looking at, because I'm not seeing a good daily breakout trade here, by the way. Well, maybe this one, right? It breaks out. Look at, damn it, we made money. Look, we're up on that trade. And then wah. So, I mean, it almost seems like every breakout on the daily, it just took out the low of the previous day. Wah. Oof. Look, it broke out to the upside, took out the highs. It's going up, man. I told you an uptrend, Johnny. And then wah. So that is the supposed retail disappointment. Oh, shit. That's a range trade, I guess. Like nobody gives a fuck. It's like takes out the low of this, kind of falls in a hole. And this is a great trade here. Even the sell here. Sell the top tick Tommy of Asia for here for 20 pips. All right, but are you really going to jump back on this train and milk this? Another 20 pips is coming in another 4 hours, right? 4 hours from now. So I'm counting on the chaos, actually. Like, I'm counting on it because if I put in my tickets really close to the market right now, I'm really asking to get filled. And it's better than the market orders. It's way better than the market order because it's always going to be, like, here's my favorite is the 4-hour ticket, because I can go watch a dumb movie for 4 hours. I guess it's not a 4-hour movie, but maybe I pass out. I take a nap. But 12, here's a 12 pip stop to make 5 pips. Now, I know this sounds not good. Okay, listen. It's $12, or it's 12 pips. So this is going to cost you about, now let's say it's cost you about $10 for this ticket. 6K with 12, risking $1.50 on a 6K. Each case a $1.50 per 6, whatever 6 times that is. So I'm going to say it's $10. And we're only looking to make $5. So it's really bad, right? Trying to make $5 with, and here it's going to be 5 pips. So if the spread is bad on this broker and this commission, so here it's going to cost us on the pound, it's going to cost us about 2 pips. 2 pips out the door. For the pound, it's not bad. The spread will tighten up when they open up. London opens up and all that stuff. But it looks like we could still keep falling in a hole tonight. So based on that, I'm going to trade accordingly into the future. So this is set it, forget it trading. Did I mention it? So this is set it, forget it trading because if you're going to sell it, I think you got to find a place. Come here, sell it. But really, so I'm not really too keen on selling. I think I can see where the sellers would come in, but I want to buy it because it just feels like an easier trade, even though it's not always a good buy. So trading from one direction. This is, I guess if I'm going to trade multiple currency pairs, if I go around, look at the currencies, I go, oh, I got to buy here, I got to buy there. Oh, I'm getting filled on buys. I know what's happening. Now, if I have sells and buys out there, I'm a little confused, actually. When I see the account, I'm like, oh, what the fuck's going on? Like, you going forwards or backwards? Like, if I was going to put the Australian dollar on here and trade that, I think I would have to have a mental view of, oh, that could drop tonight. And if it does a dead cat bounce, I got a script for that. So it'd be like, oh, let's put in this risk 16 to make 12 pips. That's kind of ridiculous. I'm going to start right there. Is it that's a 3K. Oh, it's 6 hours, sorry. So this is 6 hours, actually. And this is pretty aggressive. If I just keep laying this one in, end to end. So this is I don't think I'm going to blow the account up, you know. It's $5 a drop there, because of the 16 pip stop to make 12, and it's a bad ratio. It's worse than break even. So you'd have to focus this order based on what it really is. You know, this is a pretty aggressive 6 hours. You're talking about what, midnight. So it's coming into the opening of Europe. Could this thing go lower? I'm like, yeah. So I would probably want to put everything below the low of the previous day. And it sounds ridiculous to me, but this is the only way I could think of trading this stuff. So we know this is going to be psychotic. If we take out today's low, after the market just completely, the British pound completely caved into this thing. What if it takes out this low back here? I'm like, Jesus, that'll be insane. This little notch here, and I would say, let's not forget this kahuna low. And we've seen markets dip into this window and maybe dip back, but it doesn't have to. I don't even know how far does that back go. Okay, so this would be pretty much the next support's going to be, or insane wick, another 20 pip window. So when you look at the markets like this, it occurs to you immediately that all that depth of market stuff these people are talking about. So you depth of ticket and depth of risk, I suppose. I'm going to go pretty hard risk. I'm going to put orders in at different levels, and this is going to be 6 hours. And it's going to encompass this low. So I'm actually going to place the ticket right here because of that. So I know why I put these orders in here really deep for 6 hours. And they probably should last 12 hours. Because it's a great place to get in for the scalp. Now, I'm not saying that you should put a target, that you should risk $1 million on these zones. There's no magic there. It's just about how much money. Now, certainly with $5,000 in here, if I go to the daily, sorry, there's no candle there for you, but kind of a shadow, a hint of a candle behind it. Non-directional candles I got back there. But so this big inverted hammer here on the daily British pound, mind-blowing inverted hammer. And here you can see clearly the trap trade. So if you're putting in your sell limits, here's a 10 pip window of sell limit. This is a 37 pip stop to make 23 pips for 6 hours. I don't think it's going to fill up here, but if we were coming into the high the previous day, that would definitely be, and look at the stop on this. I mean, it's ridiculous. Here's your target. Like, the probability of you making that trade is pretty high. So let's put a 6 hour ticket in here. So here's a little scalp. If we just keep stacking scalps up in this obvious supply, mind-blowing supply zone. So what is the current supply zone that we care about? Because we're not going to live forever. I'm just going to, this is a real buzzkill, but So we don't have a lifetime for these fucking trades. Okay, that I mentioned. I have no patience. Like, look at this insane. Now, if you were watching this happen, here's another thing. You would have shit your pants if you would have stacked sell limits into this 22 pip window, and you already scalped out of it. You'd be like, oh shit, look at this thing collapse. Like, my God, man. But just by the other same token, you could have buy limits here. You're already long. I would be long this thing right now. That's why I'd be getting long aggressively tonight. Here's another. I'm going to put that same trade right up against the market. Now this is going to be pretty crazy. 37 pip stop on that. Now, if we get into this trade, I'm saying I don't want to buy at the market, even though I think this thing's going to come back. It's going to drop tonight. The British pound. It's Asia. We're probably going to take out the low of the previous day. Let's put some scalps down here, way beyond the trees. And since there's $5,000 in here, I'm just going to load this up in my dream trade to kind of risk like 6 hours. And let's go for something that lasts 8 hours. 10 pips to make 17 pips. Now this is a great ratio. I would put this down here. So this is all just laying, and I'm going to put one here. So these are bangers. I call these now really it's to sell this, if I was to compile these and make sure that they run flawlessly, and I came up with ridiculous names for it, I would sell that. This is the banger series. It's an 8-hour banger. Okay. People love that shit. I dropped that 8-hour banger. Yeah, delete all objects. And how many bangers you drop? I make sure I don't repeat my order. So let's fatten that up. This is the 10 to make 17 banger. And I'm saying, like, we've seen the market come down here. We've seen it go lower. We know it's possible. This whole system's based on, yeah, I could come down here in this British pound. So it's totally possible. And now I'm going to put the 8 hours in because I want to put this on like, oh, here's a good ratio. 14 to make 32. I do that trade now. I think I would probably be risking about 300. Maybe I dropped 300 so far. They're going to let me drop 1,000 tickets, so we could get it. Here's a scalp. It's lead all objects again. And think about each trade you're going to drop. It's like a hypnotic series of trading. Think about each rack of tickets you're going to drop. Now, here's a good ratio. 12 pips to make 15. Into the abyss. I don't think it's going to fill, but you know what? Let's see if they go down there tonight. Same thing for the euro. Let's get in here. So let's get in heavy right now. It's going lower, so let's put our scalps in. Super aggressive here. 8 hours. Let's get in front of the train. And good ratios down here. And we can set it, forget it. So this is because the concept is true here. I don't know if we're going to make $1 million trading like this, but this is the concept: is we're going to buy low, and we're not going to repeat the entry price. So we're just going to weave these in at different good ratios down here at the bottom. I'll put some swing trades in, so that means we're going to have to trade with a 40 pip stop, a 20 pip stop to make 40 pips. Here's a 12 to make 28. That sounds good. I like this. So at this point, if I want to switch gears to the 8-hour scripts, I want to delete the objects. Delete all objects. Oh, I like these ones. Now, these are the big swingers I wrote. These are the swingers, so you want to start this right at the low of the previous day. And depending how much risk appetite you have, I would put a 30 pip stop. $18 to make $18, essentially, to make 30, and put it in like here. Now it's also a 15 pip window, and if you just want to go for a better ratio, put in the 30-60. So the deeper you go, this is the martingale of it, and this has a like a fat tail on it, so it just keeps stacking it at the bottom. And a couple bad ratios here. Now these are killer trades. You risk 40 pips to make 25. Let's just go right here and say, you know what? I can make 25 pips. This is almost like getting at the market. That's an 8-hour script. I'm going to tell you that's going to fill. I guarantee you that's going to be a great fill. I mean, it's going to fill. I would almost guarantee we're going to make it down here. So we top tick Tommied the half-hour fractal. Is this the trap? Right? Would you have sold here? If you're short here, the spreads are still, they're getting tighter. The euro's certainly worth it. So I'm going to put some very close to the market tickets that last for 1 hour. So if you're going to do the 1 hour, I'm going to go watch a 1 hour TV show, and I'm going to make a 1 hour auction. I'm going to say, let's get in here with a 12 pip stop. Delete the objects. You got to keep track, you know. You can be a blithering idiot, but you got to keep it to a minimum. So here, since we're kind of lazy, 2 hours. I got time for that. 2 hours, a 2 hour movie, 2 hour episode, 18 to make 10. Yeah, that's that could happen. Then I would say, there's not much you can do. I think it's going to tank, so I think it's going to rifle down some more. I think the euro, same thing here. Let's put in the 2 hour scalps, aggressive, 2 hour movie. Just trying to make 10 measly pips here. So in a way, you're trying not to get filled, but you're trying to get filled. This style of trading, although it makes a lot of money ratio-wise when the market goes into full retard, take it out like going up into these insane extremes, coming back. Like this kind of stuff here is a little mind-bending for the trend traders, because say that you're long this thing and you went long here, you know, oh, I got a signal to go long about this pullback, and you're in this thing, and wow, you know, you're up, and then, man, look at these pullbacks. Really, like, how's that working out for? I just don't understand how people can do this stuff in a trend situation. Although they're going to claim, well, you know, it finally hit fucking target. I'm like, dude, like, was this a little rough ride? I mean, if you're in any kind of size, you would feel this move. Even, I'm just amazed. And you want to see a candlestick? Jesus Christ, this is not enough data here. Look at this. Look at this. So I attribute this to the reaction from this 40 pip window. Like, when you crush below 40 pips, if you got a grid in there, and that's the perfect time to drop that grid. Now here's an underfill. If you lay the same grid in here, not so much of a fill. If you back test, oh, I'm going to risk 10 to make 20. I'm sorry, 20 to make 40 is what you're going to risk there. I risk 20 to make 40. When you look at your stats, you would not be able to make you would make the 20 here, but you wouldn't make the 60 on that. So if you can bring all the guns to bear on these trades, you know, the market popping up into here and coming to here and cashing out half the position is pretty much amazing for the scalp, and the follow through of another 20 pips. For the buy side in me is saying I'm buying this because it's just dropping like a whore. Plus, I'm going to buy with limits that last all day. They'd have to last all day. That's why I'd probably just be buying this as it drops. Whereas, yeah, you could have put buy limits in here, but I'm probably not going to do that. I don't think I'm going to put them in here. Like when the market's here, I'd be like, oh, you know what? If it comes down here, let's kind of judge it. And sure, I'm like, hell, they're coming for this fucking price here, you know? But the fact that it's dropping so hard every hour, I'd probably be buying with a 50 pip stop. And I would survive that, and I'd be long right now. So if I'm thinking, well, it's long now, we'll just trade it for 20 pips into the floor coming in back Asia as we come into the next day here. And that's the trade, right? So how many pips are you trying to make? And that's really the question, because sure, you could have got in front of this thing and say, you know what, I fucking sold a 1K, a 2K, a 3K, a 4K. It's unfucking believable. People told me I was crazy. They're like, dude, it's going up. What are you selling? What are you fucking nuts? What are you, nuts? And then it comes flying back, and you don't take anything off till you get here. So you basically do you accumulate this thing with 40 pip stops, 20 pip stops. You're getting stopped out of some of this. But since in this one occasion, you're like, dude, this, you've got the tickets, you're laying them in, and you're like, it's going to be one of those fucking crushes, because to the left here, I don't know what's going on, but I think there's a giant vacuum. So these little nooks and crannies are forming all the time. And the typical trade for me is I'm buying the low, I'm just buying in a 20 pip grid, kind of just irregardless, I guess, of the low high today, because I'm not counting. I'm not going to wait for them to make this move, for the market to cut into that. Because if I'm a seller, I'm probably selling these. I'm selling into that at the market, and I got the limits in. If I'm a buyer, if I go to sleep and I put limits in, it's because I put them in 40 pips deep. It's not because there's anything special about that trade. It's just 40 pips deep for 4 hours. So in my mind's eye, if the market is dropping like a whore, I'm thinking, man, God, do I got orders in there? I'm getting picked up on that trade, and if the market can't make it down hard, then I'm not getting filled, and then I've just got money in the account and I didn't get filled or nothing. So the fear of missing out is cured by having a couple market orders available to say, this is an insane fucking price. Like, when the market keeps closing above this price in here, I'm like, you gotta be like, oof. Now, if you're there to see that and you're pulling the trigger, they're selling with a 20, 40 pip stop, 50 pips. I'm running 50 pip stops. I do have a market. I have a 50 to make 100. When I see this stuff, I'm like, fuck you. Like, I'm just hitting 1Ks, and I can get into like a 2 standard lots short. Now, it's a lot because the market can't keep like this move here where you're selling into this. You're going to get stopped out of this. You're going to lose about, I don't know, $3,000, $2,000 there, right? So the people that are saying, well, why in the fuck would you sell into that if you lose $2,000? Because you're trying to make $6,000, $8,000, I suppose. And those are all at the market trigger pulls where you're like, oh, dude, this is the time. This is the place. I got the ticket. I'm going to sell into that. But this, to me, when we keep hemming and hawing like this, it's kind of like, well, here comes Asia. Are we going to make a new low, new high? What's going to happen? Should I trail buy limits close to the market? The market's quiet. I'm going to put in shallow tickets to do scalps. The market heats up. It's out of control. It's crushing into new areas. And you're like, this is like, it just dropped 60 pips in an hour. You're like, damn. Now you've either got limits in front of that are getting crushed, or you're a swing trader and you kind of used to big giant moves like that. But I understand if you're trading with a 10 pip stop because you're trading with 50 Ks on per each trigger pull, you're like, well, I'm really good at this. The market's quiet. Yeah, market's quiet. It's kind of predictable. It's, nice and tame. But when the market's spiking and people are probably trying to figure out, well, look at the news. What's going on? Why is this thing going nuts? I don't think it's much more than old prices that people, there's either people do have pendings down there fueling it, or it's just, I think it's old prices. If Bitcoin ever takes out the high of Bitcoin, which would be pretty monumental, I think we're boxed in now on Bitcoin. Then we got a high, we got a low. Everything can arrange, consolidate. No, so it's kind of dead. The world's coming to an end there, and it's kind of funny because it's just so like drifty now. I think it's gonna be drifty there. Oil's in a big triangle here. I'm just taking a look around the thing. So I'm just talking about scalping this 20 pip grid, and now I'm drifting off into the landscape of the way prices are. And people talking about, oh, I gotta buy gold, and gold. Dude, gold's banging its head on fucking $2,000 an ounce. Where do you think it's going to $3,000? Are you nuts? People are just gonna order more Netflix. Come on, come on, dude. The world's over. But if you're scalping, right? I like that. Like the excitement of a little scalp in your life. You look over, you see, hey, listen. Got my kid's fucking college fund in this trade. Check this shit out. College fund forex guy. Check this shit out. These scripts I got from this dick on the internet. Check this shit out. Look at 2 hours. 2 hour stack right here. I'll stand right in front of the market. Watch this. Now I don't think that's going to fill, so I don't think that's risky. But you know what? I've seen the market drop down here like this. Here, I'm going to show you some real conservative trading. Here's your college fund traders. This guy's running this thing on the. Have you seen the guy on the forex factory talking about, I help people manage their account, give them a little excitement. So this is my favorite script actually. The 4 hour scalper. You got a 14 pip stop to make 18 pips, and it's a 5K. It's a 5 pip window, and it's a 6K. This is some real aggressive trading here. Now stand back, Jack, because it's not for kids here. Don't try this at home. I think it could drop. I think almost guaranteed fill. We're going to put a 12 pip stop to make 5 pips. Now this is the scalperator. I don't think we blow up the account here, but I think we could put a dent in it. Here, we'll try to put a dent in it with this dumb scalp ticket. 4 hours. Almost guaranteed fill. Scooch it right up against the market. 12 to make 5. Look at this bitch. Now, if we go end to end on that, let's a little bit here. this is going to be 4 hours down here, right? 12 pips stop to make 5 pips. You think we could do that trade? No, I think there's very high probability we could make this trade. And this is an example of ridiculous trading, but almost what it takes is to risk more than you make. Here's a 16 to make 8. This is for 4 hours. And here it gets a little more swingish with 30 to make 20 down here. Now, I don't know if these are going to probably expire by the time they fill. Actually, 4 hours down here, although, I've been surprised before, but this is quite a beatdown. If you look at the overall engulfment of this thing, I think it could still go lower. But look at this rip off the top. Like, get a load of this shit, man. Take out the high of this day. If you start selling heavily here, so you sell here, but you start selling even heavier here, and then, of course, the heaviest you never filled. And this is why if you put orders in that don't fill, okay, you know what? Put a 4-hour ticket in, scooch it right under the market right here, and you'll get filled. But make it a scalp, because do you really think that it's going to come down here, 5 pips, hit here, never take out the low of the previous day, and go up 100 pips? No fucking way. I mean, try to back test that trade. So you're more likely to make 20 pips, this is 20 pip grid, 20 pip bang around with a 10 pip stop in the British pound, kind of a get her done, not even a setup trade. I guess it's a grid kind of trade. You could be hitting a double click on this on a tablet, just keep launching this, just keep peppering this area here, even rinse and repeat into it. So start selling early. You're selling it. Do you want to sell that? I would have a double clicker. Then I'd hit my finger on the take profits key just the same, because if you're going to pepper this area with 20K every hour as you hit this thing, you're taking a nap and you're hitting a button, sell limit, sell limit, sell limit, and you throw a grid up there. And what I would do it in a double click. I wouldn't if I was laying in bed. Okay, so if you can't do this trade here, which is kind of a little more complicated because you got to drop it here, you would just write double clicks. And the only problem there is that, well, what double click do you run here? And I would say, well, get out your 20 to 40 pip double clicks and just go fucking nuts. And when they're hard coded, if you drop them all right now before the price moves, you know what all those trades are going to be. Now, when the market moves down, so I did a video. I probably should do it again. Of course, this is a lot of work. I had a double click that I ran in front of the market as it was dropping. And this is the most beautiful double click, and they let you run about 10,000 tickets at this broker, by the way, so you could just fucking pile into it. And it essentially was nothing more than kept buying like a range of maybe 10 to 40 pips, a 10K. I think I had 2 different scripts, so I had that one, and I'd run another one. One was scalpish, one was swingish. And they're interlaced on top of each other, and the market's dropping into this, right? So this is the buy low, sell high strategy. Kind of non-directional because, well, the market just has to drop a little bit more, so I guess I'm hoping, in a sense, it drops here because I didn't run any market orders. And the last demo that I ran, the only market order was getting out of the market. So if it came down in, crushed into my order bank, which I'm setting up here for tonight, and then it retraces, okay, that's a trade. Now, if I'm there to see it, or I look at my phone and I see, oh, we're in on something here. As soon as it turns red or blue, oh, geez, we're in, or it turns red, typically, it's going to turn red. As soon as you get filled, it's going to go, the phone will go red. So as soon as I see them in the red, so you have to get in with the initial drawdown, even if fractionally, you can see it turn red, and then Okay, now we're in the game on. What time is it? Okay, it's almost it's coming 9:30. Europe's going to open. I'm almost guaranteeing, but I can't guarantee it. But we could probably take out the low of today's insane sell-off into the opening of the market. So I'm giving it this much space, and I would cordon this off if you really wanted to be a little more serious about this. You block off an area and you say, okay, let's fill up the bottom of this first. So start at the bottom and work your way up. So as far as buying into this plunge, it's like when you paint the room, you're going to frame it first. So you're going to come in with the deep, long-lasting tickets here, maybe 12 hours. Because you're going to come back here at 8 in the morning, right, to check on it. And then the rest of the day, you come in at 8 in the morning, 8 at night, 8 in the morning. It's a 12-hour system. You could consider it that, right? It's kind of, you just kind of like placing landmines of limits there. And we're really looking forward to the market plunging into these tickets. I think I've got some ridiculous. Here's a 50 pip, 20 pip stop to make 50, 8 hour, 1K here, by the way. So if you really want to get down to the minutia and have some, it's so boring that I made these 1Ks up, that you can just drop these and delete them. It's really about placing the ticket. I was trying to delete the objects there, but I didn't put enough on this one broker. I didn't put enough delete objects. So now this is really going to be for people that are swing traders. I would make this ticket last maybe all day long, because you're going to put a lot of effort into dropping this one ticket. Whereas when you drop a rack, a 10K, I think I got some in here where it's every pip. This is literally a 10K. Every pip. Here's a pretty aggressive. So here, this is every, in a 10 pip window, 6K. That's, you drop a few of these, you're going to know. So 37 pip stop, bad ratio, $24 to make 20. And you could delete all these if you're worried about, oh, what if it does go down there? You're kind of hoping that does happen in this situation. On the sell side, I don't, I would sell it, but I would have my finger on the take profits. So on the sell side, I would just take this order and drop it here. Sell if it goes banging up there. I'm not a big sell guy, because well, not on this at this moment on this currency. Maybe if we were here, I'd be a sell guy. Oh yeah, I could see selling up in it, but this is coming back into this. I'd have to babysit these sells. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're coming back into the fold here, possibly in the long run. Here's the 4 hour. Do you really want to? Okay, let me ask you this. So the guy says, well, you're not good at selling. Well, I'm not on this. I'm not. Because look at, you really want to be selling into this. If we end up back here, like amazingly end up, you could pick any pivot you want. I'm sure there's a Fibonacci handle up here somewhere. Like, if that thing just goes ripping, maybe not ripping, but sure, if I babysit this and it comes up in here and I see it come back, I'm like, yeah, let's pluck that off. So I am thinking the big picture all the time, because the daily says, well, this is fucking outrageous. I'd be long so fucking hard right now and getting long. So as soon as we took out this one, oh, dude, like fucking like it's closing beneath this from here. Oh shit. Like, yeah, on a daily, I'm in. This whole day is like, holy shit. My limit pack here got filled. That cracks me up about that, the no nonsense guy. Yeah, dude, I've seen a triangle here. This is what I'm seeing on crude oil. Also, is this. So this now it doesn't mean it has to, because look, it broke out here and it totally tricked everybody. Look, it broke out, came back. Shit, what the fuck happened? Yeah, I know, because closing at the end of the day. At the end of the day. So I'm not counting on that. It's going to break this trend line, keep go up like crazy. No, actually, I think it's going to melt down. So, well, you could say this trend line's working for me. I'm selling at the trend line, dude. You don't understand. So you can have it both ways in trading. It's beautiful. But I do believe, for me, buying the plunge right now is the scalp. So I'm always thinking, well, what's the trade though? Because I want to make money tonight. You know, it's just I want to get in front of this thing with limits down here. I'll put another bad rack in, commingled down here. So always diversify. Here's another just serious contender is 40 pip stops. They don't stop you out too much on a 40 pip stop. So that's a fantastic trade, and I'm gonna have to take these tickets off, man. I know it's fake money in here, but dude, I can't handle it. I can't even look at it. So yeah, maybe up here. So I would do like this trade, short. Okay, let's start selling right here at this last known floor. Okay, I'm into this sell. Okay, so this is the sell I'd be doing. Yeah, like this. So, and maybe these guys are too close, so pluck this one off. Okay, so that's it. My sell side, yeah, I'd sell at fair value, back into the fold, and it comes out, and we make something coming back out of that. The end of the world stops on that, by the way. So we could probably, we're not going to get stopped out of this trade. If we do, it's going to be, well, you're going to lose 24 bucks on that whole rack. So that's why I wrote this one, which is the ridiculous 18 to make 10. 8 hours, I'd sell up here. I'd sell all the way up like this. Oh yeah, I'd do that trade, sure. I'd sell like that into that. So let's go spike up. I want to ride the spike. I want to do the spike trade. And where do I think the spike's going to come? It's going to blow through typically. Here's a perfect pivot situation. 30-minute chart, double top, banging on the ceiling. These are just dumbass, 15 pip pullbacks. Bang, bang. I mean, this is crazy shit at the end of the day. It's just crazy. And then here it closes down again, and like it drifts up and 30 damn pips into fucking the market opens. Now at this point here, I would have the buy limits just because I pulled the trigger. And in the pound, you got to trade big, man. You got to come in here like, okay, we're buying every fucking 10 pips and we're gonna pepper this whole thing. And if you don't have the 20 pip scalps built into that, you probably are wasting your time. I mean, I don't know. Are you gonna buy here and not cash out? How do you do that? I don't know, man. I really wonder. When you look at the half-hour chart, you have to ask yourself, shouldn't I just be trading this bang-a-dang shit like buy, sell, throwing grids out there, cashing in, cashing out? Holy shit, fuck. Because isn't that good money? Or is it just me? Like, oh, no, I sold it. They're very tippy-top here. I had a ticket here. Yes, I told Richard. Oh, 5 standard lots here and wrote it all the way to here. I knew that was going to happen. Really? Okay, dude. Okay. I guess it does happen, but so you mean when it doesn't happen, what do you do then? Oof, I don't talk about that. But then by the same token, if you sold this fucking thing, you would have loaded the wagon here, brother, because you got to buy here. Like you can't, like your life depends on it. Now, granted, you may only make it to here, and then it's going to go down here and fill all these glorious tickets that I lay down there. So that's the other side of the coin, is that it could always go lower. That's why I love buying, because it could always go lower. It's just how long, when, and how. I mean, when and how far. Well, how far is it going to drop, and when's it going to happen? So I guess I'm forcing a trade here for sure on these limits. Like, look at this. Come on. It's going down here tonight. Let me take this technical analysis off here because I don't like to give away my secrets. You know, a lot of people they make fun of my trading, but, you know, really, I don't talk much about my analysis, but it's technically amazing. Because it's technical analysis. Come on. Don't be stupid. We all know how technical. I think price levels is the ultimate. Yeah, you can draw triangles, I know. But look at this floor, to me, buy city. So the scalp I was talking about earlier, I hope you got some profits on that. I don't know if they trap. So who's winning this Top Tick Tommy award? I put a buy stop here like they taught me to. I got filled. Not quite. No, I got filled on the ask, yeah. So we bought the ask. It's just that I'm underwater in the trade right now. So, yeah, I put my buy stop here. Should have put it here maybe. Got a better price. First breakout on the 30-minute Asia. So I'm counting on a stop hunt, sweep. Ding, 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 ringing my bell. This is going to be a Will Smith entry. Ring my bell down here. Scalp to the floor on something, and we are going to take some risk on this account. I must say, $5,000. We're going in heavy tonight, hot, and this is all like there's some 30 pip stops on this stuff that I laid in, and keeping track of that's another thing that I'm not going to do, and I don't really do. I don't really do it because I just kind of figure, well, maybe this is $500 of risking. That's close enough guesstimate. Besides, I can always pluck these off. If I'm freaking out, I can come and pluck these tickets off and go, you know what? This thing is going to rip up tonight. Let's go deep on the top and put everything far away from where you're at right now. So I'm aggressively set to buy tonight. You know what? Since I plucked those off, let's move some scalpers up here. There's probably a harmonic up here. 8-hour scalpers. Let's throw some scalpers in here. Kind of little baby trap trades in a 20 pip window, 8 hours. I like this. This feels safe to me. It's got to feel safe. Like, you know, you got to feel like, okay, I don't mind this trade. Yeah, this is going to take some time. I'll even give you the 12 pip stops to make 15 up in here. A 3K. Right at this pivot here. Shit, Fibonacci's up here. Okay, let's go fucking crazy down here now. 8 hours down here. Just wackadoodle shit here. 12 to make 15. That is if that happens tonight, that is a fantastic trade. You can't. Here we go. So we're about to get filled. Oh shit, we're already in. Look at that. Son of a bitch. And I told him, I said, listen, you want me to call the president? We're getting filled here. She's coming down. She's coming down lower. I told you she would. Come to Papa, baby. Come to Papa. Now let's go fucking full retard. Yeah. Let's scalp this all the way down. Yeah. She's going down tonight. She's going down. Oh, man. She's going down the tubes. Here, 16 to make 12. Oh, they're going to destroy this thing. Watch this. Let's get in. Come on. I'm laying track in front of this puppy. This is going to be Psychoville. We're standing in front of the train. On the dailies, look at new lows. Look at this abyss. Holy shit. Dude, this is forex. Let's go in. Let's go full retard here for the big kahunas now. 30 to make 30. I think we're going down the tubes. Set it, forget it. 8 hours down here all night tonight. Let's go. Here's some good ratios. 20 to make 40. 8 hours. You think we get filled on that? I don't think so. It's already going up. So, anyways. But you know what? Forex is like that. You're not going to believe how far and how fast a market can go. You can't believe it. Look at this abyss we're sitting on, this fractal. Going back to fucking last month. Wow. Look at this. Oh man, that's kind of frightening there. This is like they're coming across the border kind of shit. Somebody made a comment about the inflation thing there, or some kind of like well, the fundamental analysis is definitely more fun. What are they gonna do when they come across the border here? Yeah, I know. Shit, fuck. So I put I got all my ice agents set up here, man. Limit orders. Look at that shit. So we're standing in front of the train. That's all there's to it. Oh, we got one couple minutes left here. 8 o'clock's coming, man. Oof. Here's the daily British pound. Oh, daily British pound's already coming off the floor. But you know what? I think it's going to drop some more. Look at the weekly. Look at this shit. Man, I tell you, that is some fucking tremendous. Look at this. Did you wait all your life for this trade? When this bottom became a top in a 40 pip window. Oof. Kind of overshot the runway there. So it does kind of. So people want to do this technical analysis. Oh, look at this double. Yeah, okay, buddy, but can you explain something to me? What's that? Can you explain that wick? Like, can't we just trade that wick? Isn't that the trade? Just trade that wick. Jesus Christ, look at this thing. Pounds down. People are losing their mind here, dude. When the weekly takes out that wick, look at this. Oh, man, when you start hitting this shit, oh, my God. Oh, my God. And I'm buying. Imagine you're going to buy into this. Now, this is unbelievable. I think it is. You're going to buy into this plunge here. That is amazing. That's going to take some time. If it even happens. And if it does, is that a good place to buy? Is this a double bottom? Are you going to build a position here and then ride it to here? That'd be a lot of pips. So these kind of scenarios are tough. I would say I'm buying into it right now just for a bounce of X pips. So I'm always thinking about X pips, I think. As much as I like these scenarios, you know, oh, it's going to go from here to here and it's going to go like this. It's crazy. Okay, dude, like I'm probably going to be 100 years old by here. I will feel like it. Shit. And all the zigzagging on the way there, like, you mean to tell me that you wrote all them zigzags inside of that wick? Well, not really. I mean, when we bought below here, when it came to here, I got the fuck out. You think I held through that shit? I don't know. I mean, maybe you did, right? Or maybe you sold into that. I'm a seller. That was a good sell. No shit. So the buy wick, the sell wick. If you won't mind standing in front of that train to the sell side, by all means, I suppose the ultimate trade is to get that compression where the tickets come in. You get a perfect landing into your order bank. It sweeps through it. It cashes out. You hit the rinse and repeat button. Now you come back with 15 minutes and the 1 hours and the 2 hours on double clicks and bing, bing, bing. You recanvas the whole area. Look for the next fucking psycho move. And that's going to be that, right? And you do that trade. And I don't know how it goes, you know. So that's the it's just not a real job, I must say. Trading like this is just wow. It's exciting. Markets are on fire. Markets are out of control, right? And Wednesday is going to be new lows, or I think we're going down. So why wouldn't you sell it? Because you know what? I think it's too late for me to sell this, so I'm not going to sell it. Even though it looks like it's dropping like a horror. Look at that cave some more. I should have picked a different color for my entries. Here we go. I'm just asking to get filled here on the long side. Top tick Tommy's got tricked here. So we're buying into the plunge. Top tick Tommy's trapped. He bought that breakout. We're getting filled on the euro right now. We're about to take out the low of the previous day, and I'm buying all the way into that. So it's not so bad. We're in about starting off the evening for the scalp. Trying to make $300. Or it's going to take us all night to make $300. I'm going to take a drawdown here of like 300 to make 600, something like that. Okay, she's about to take out the low of the previous day. And this is better than getting at the market. Okay, we want to make about $50. $50 for starters. How many rinse and repeats? We're going to manually drop this. No double clicks. Oh, making new lows. Making new lows as you would. In both the euro and the pound tonight, coming down. Pound's about to tank into the top tick Tommy, these guys. All right, that's the first buy for the aggressive traders, to buy that lonely wick on the 15 there. And now we're coming into the order banks. Let's go, Brandon. Come on, load this puppy up. I want to see a drawdown of about $30 as we get into about a standard lot, which would be $200 a margin approximately. So that's the goal here tonight. And we're just waiting for the market to drop. Come on, you can do it, boy. Come on, man. Come on, man. It's like corn pops behind the barn here. Yeah, you got some limit orders. So this is my only excitement in life anymore, is putting in limit orders, I think. Let the market come to you, a theory of trading. What else is there? But to be the market maker, instead of the goober, no buy stops, no sell stops. Now, granted, it works because maybe this is going up and you're going to say, yeah, but dude, I put a buy stop here. Every night I put a buy stop here and a sell stop here, and whatever happens, happens. I know, but is that just like, is this a 10K and then this is a trailing 10K, or are you going to add to it? Yeah, I mean, sure, I back tested it with a 10K, makes about X amount of dollars rate of return per year. No, dude, I'm trading it like a fucking samurai. I'm a samurai trader. Like, I got the 50 pip stop trigger pulls, and I got it. So I got the rocket launchers, I got the little pea shooter, and certainly, you know, what wins is the limit order because it is a planned out trade. Whereas the market orders, if I thought this thing was going to go up without going down, I'd be buying the market right now. But as I'm looking at it going, yeah, but you got about fucking 80K sitting waiting to get hit. And if the market drops in the next 8 hours to here, I'm going to think, you know what? I think I got 8 hours to here on this bank. So as this thing starts to feather into it, oof, this could be a hefty, this could be 200K I laid. I don't even know. I'm not paying attention. But I know that at least a martingale again. See the martingale? It gets fatter here. And I hope it happens. But I don't guarantee it. So I got a mini martingale here where get in, compression levels, got scalps built into it. So when she comes out of it, she be coming out of this fucking tear here. This is the abyss, son. It's so funny when that guy, Pike over at the Trader's Way, the chief strategist, he denied the abyss right in front of me. I said, dude, the abyss is real. It is a real thing. Get your head around this, okay? The abyss is real, son. You got to accept it. Now, this yellow line has to hit my black lines or we don't get filled. So we got to go deeper Never forget, you cannot buy this price right now, even though it's dipping into the bid abyss. The ask abyss is completely different. We are looking to get filled here. Come on, bring it. Got the half-hour charts up, ready for the plunge. Bring it. So I'm buying a 40 pip window here on the pound. I'm sorry, this is the pound, right? Oh, British pound. That's very expensive currency. Very expensive. Only the elite trade this thing. Oh, 30-minute pound. Look at this. It's a beast, man. That could drop easily into this order bank. Do you not agree? Do I have anybody that disagrees with me? Top tick Tommy bought here on a buy stop. He is underwater. It's okay because he put a stop protection down here. So I put my limits. So where he's got his protection, I'm getting in. I'm so in. This box is my first entry. So this green line has to hit the box. I'm not courting off all my tickets. So I could pluck these off if I was nervous about, it's going to overfill. This is going to be a crush. I'm going to fucking delete my tickets. But I'm not. I'm standing in front of the abyss here. The abyss is real. It is real, I tell you. Oh, it looks beautiful in the 1 hour. So we get a nice double bottom down here. Just let it close into that. I'm going to take a nappy poo. Give me my ice cream, God damn it. I got to be careful, damn. I'm addicted to ice cream. But don't they have like a virtual ice cream? Like a meta scream where you can just like fucking virtual taste bud shit? I mean, certainly for the morbidly obese, I mean, there's got to be the answer, right? Fucking taste bud, virtual taste bud. All right, man, we just got to get that line's got to get to here. Spread's kind of wide. That's why we're going to get in here, see? Spread's so tight here, we almost in. Look at Johnny come late. We're taking out the low of the previous day. Oh, I guarantee you. Oh, this looks brutal. This abyss is so much more wicked. We're right on the edge of this one where the British pound has a little ways to go. Look at this thing. So we're going to go full insano. So look at these little icebergs down here. These are brilliant trades. We're going to cash out to where we're at. Now, I'm telling you, we make ourselves about $1,000 here tonight. Easily. We got all night to drop. 8 hours to drop down here. Look at the weekly. It's like weekly world news. Look at this shit. Oh my God. So this is real. Don't even think that this is not a real thing. Indicators have no clue of this. At least, moving average indicators. We should be short this thing. It's going down. No shit, but really? How much further? How much further? Are you serious? Break out both tick charts here. So we got this. Here's the daily euro. Look at this thing. Are you kidding me? Look at this shit. So look at RSI is just to the floor. There's the weekly. Look how clean that chart is. My God. But I'm long, man. I'm long on this thing. Let's get these tick charts queued up. Okay, let's go for the arbitrage here. Sit back and watch the dollars roll in. Now this is sit back and watch the dollars roll in trading strategy. Set it, forget it. Oh, we're going to go lower, right? No. Here's 1 minute chart. Look at this thing. Dead cat bounce down here. Oof. 5 minute chart. And here's the opening. I put the news in there. The news is this blue slot when the news comes out. Look at this drama here. This is the opening of so here's all that trading, and then here's like a news. This normal news place comes out here, and then look at this just clean drop. Like look at this thing just. Now this is an instance where the breakout traders are going to claim victory. You can't blame them. They're going to say, "I don't know what you're talking about, dude. I put a sell stop in here and a buy stop in here every fucking morning. And if it fills on this side, I trail my stop, and whatever it is, and I just make whatever the market gives me. And that's the trade I do. Okay, Jethro, that's fine for you. Could you move along? We don't do that here. But no, I understand. I just don't, I back tested it. And when the market goes sideways here, I put buy stop, sell stop, fill it, trail my stops, whatever the market gives me. Yeah, that's your trade. Yeah, it's my trade system now. Shut the fuck up. God, there was this guy. His name was Edge. His Edge be trading. I'm fucking Edge, dude. Let me show you how I trade. I bracket the market. Edge. Trading with Edge. Edge trades the market. So we bracket off that 4-hour chart, which is a 4-hour breakout trade is what it is. It is not fancy stuff, okay, but it's what we do here. So we put a buy stop and a sell stop, cancel, replace there. We trail our stops is what we do. And it does work. I can cherry pick this chart for you real easy. Cancel, replace, double the order. Sell stop 10K, sell stop 20K, sell stop 30K. Getting this yet? Sell stop 40K, 50K, 60K. Holy fuck, motherfucker, we got filled on a sell stop turtle fucking trade entry. We are short 60 fucking K, Jethro. Well, what do you do now? Now, what did you say in the manual? What do you say to do? Put a stop. Okay, we got to protect the stop. Now, trail your stop, Johnny. Okay, cancel, replace, cancel, replace, cancel, replace, cancel, replace, cancel, replace, cancel, replace. Holy shit, this trading system you bought, this stop entry shit, I just back tested it on the this last week. Fucking cleans up, dude. Check it out. We're short 60K here. Cancel, replace. This is a 10 pip grid, by the way. So if you're keeping score at home, 10 pip grid, by the way. Cancel, replace within 10 pips. Well, just let your profits run. That guy was right. Fucking A. That really does work. And then lo and behold, right here, oh, they stopped me out. So you mean to tell me, dude, I don't mean to tell you. I'm going to tell you. It's like this. You got in here. And this is a trading course I found online. Cancel, replace system. Sell stop. Now, granted, here you got trapped, but only on a small position. Don't forget. That's the trick. The sizing. Sell stop. Sell stop filled. It's only a 20K. This is 10K, 20K. Sell stop filled to 10K. Sell stop, no fill. Cancel, replace. Oh, you got filled on a sell stop, fake breakout. Ooh, they ripped your face off, but don't worry because you got a fucking protection here. Now, did you go for the non-directional breakout system? And this is where it's going to take a little bit more pain, in a way, because if you keep getting trapped on these buy stops here, but if you do the cancel, replace, so here you'll be trading non-directional, and whichever way wind blows, and you're a breakout trader, right? It's just really, if you're going to do it, you have to accept the loss, just like in any other trade. But it's just psychologically different to think about building a position under this floor for a possible attack on the prices above here. I just say attack because it's pretty brutal. It's certainly attack on these bears. The bears are getting their head ripped off. So you're buying down here, the double bottom, and but look, if you have the breakout system, if you do the cancel, replace here on the sell side, and simultaneously do the On the other side, you have the same phenomenon, I suppose. Buy stop here. Now you're trapped. Cancel replace, but you're only trapped on a 10K. Cancel replace, 10K now. Cancel replace to a 20, a 30K long. But you put your stop in too tight. If you didn't get out of something, you're getting whipsawed. If you put the other criteria is you're waiting for a small bar, then you can be a non-directional breakout trader on the 4-hour chart. Now you're going to get a little whipsawed here, but if you keep your entries to, well, your robot would certainly have to do this also. After the completion, and I don't know why this is so hard, but I'm going to find somebody to write this robot one day. After 4 hours goes by, if you have a bar that's under 30 pips, so this is 30 pips from here to here, you place a buy stop and a sell stop. And here you could keep doubling that ticket up. Now, granted, you're probably going to want to put in 1Ks, and you're going to have to get a ticket that says the scripts exist where you can place buy stops here, by the way. It's just I'm not using them here. But you can stack up buy stops here like you can't fucking believe, and put one at the edge of the abyss and sell into to buy into the abyss. Realizing that, you know, after you've punched into all these prices, you've carved out all this shit, and hopefully you're scalping these amazing 20, 30, 40 pip rips off the top. I mean, this is explosive move, and if you have a predetermined target of 10, 20, 30 pips, and you line up you could build a position, a hedge, long and short, and this paid for your losing leg if you were short in some regard here. Because if you have flipped the ticket scripts here where not only you stopped out of your wrong position, but you're doubling up on the break out of that. It's just that doesn't happen. It's unique. And if the robot's stacking up tickets, then it's an automatic, I don't want to say self-fulfilling prophecy, but the amount of robots that are clinging onto this, the amount of people that, because the moving average traders are waiting for this consolidation in a way too. So the explosion could have been down or up, but I suppose if there's an abyss here, then we crush in, you cash out, you could dump the whole thing and come in on pullbacks there. It's pretty rambunctious market. Like, I think it's going to drop here, so that's why I'm buying into this plunge. So my scenario is we go down and we retrace. That's it. The limit order retracement. Although I can't say that the robot the robot's going short here on the breakout robot. He's going short, and it's not like he's not going to make money. You could goober trade that, cancel replace, and keep trailing your protection. I'm not saying that doesn't work. I can't do it, but like I said, it's just boring for me. But I wouldn't want to do that, even though it makes money. Does that sound right? It's boring, but I like to buy the plunge. So sure, I could be short right now. We'll go short into the abyss. It could be worth about 30 pips. Do you want to do this trade? No, thank you. I want to buy that out. For some reason, I want to buy this plunge. I think it's more exciting. And I think it makes more money in the end, but maybe it's just me. I feel awkward selling it. It's like, am I the last guy to sell this fucking thing? No, certainly this time of night and this time of day, this could be worth some pips right now. So I'm feeding on the fact that it's we're taking out the low of the previous day. That's the whole idea is and we haven't taken out the low yet. So let's drill down and see what we're taking on some heat here, but I'm definitely getting in. Look at this euro fills like you can't believe. And Top Tick Tommy got, so the guy that sold at the limit here into the Top Tick Tommy buy stop breakouts, that's a different kind of breakout. I think the breakout I'm thinking about is that breakout bot would have to be on this time frame. Sell stop stacking up, big fill. Big fill now. Now he's cashing out. And as he's cashing out, I'm buying into the plunge. You know, so it's got to be, I got to buy into the plunge here. So, we buy in that plunge. That's just how it is. Because I want to demonstrate the buy aspect. I would say if there's real money, I'd probably still be doing this trade at this amount of money. Sure. Let's go. Let's go, Brandon. We're in about 18K right now. Look, Bob, the hour's coming. We could see a mini flash crash here as we poke down into the mega abyss. I'm just going to keep stacking these stupid ass tickets up down here that probably won't fill, but that is the ultimate theory. This is the concept is buy low and sell as it comes back up. And most of my targets, here's my greedy targets. This is the stuff that if it got to here, I'm looking for this scenario. And this would be all, I think I'm kind of under trading it in a sense because I put these orders so deep, but 8 hours, come on. Is this come crushing down inward, buy, and I got in, like I said, I was forcing the entry to get in here, but some of these have tremendous stops on it. We haven't got stopped on anything yet. We want to build about 3 standard lots here across 1Ks in the next half hour. So I'm looking for this to plunge into these tickets. And this is the set it, forget it trading part aspect of it. We should be watching the movie by now, but we're not. Get some popcorn. And turn on the movies. Time for the popcorn, people. Oh gosh. How's the pound doing? Okay, so the pound's filling. And those aggressive tickets are getting filled in the box. There you go. We're buying the plunge. So the pound's a latecomer and the euro's making new lows. Is about to fall into the mega abyss. So this is kind of exciting. We're only down $5 and we're in a decent position. So I like to see if I can make like $200 here using not 2 standard lots. We're only trying to make, we're just scalping 5 to 10 pips off of this, and we're going to risk more than we are going to make actually in these scalps. So it probably could take a hit for a while, but this looks like a historical night actually, Wednesday, and look at this thing. It's just going to tank, like, is this not going to tank or what? Come on. Once again, I would never sell into this, even though I think it's going to tank, because I think it's going to be short-lived. But to each his own. Some people love selling. I remember one night I came home and I said, I'm going to sell the pound because I'm going to sell. I swear I'm going to sell. And I sold. It was this time of night, and I was like, this is going to tank. And it did. It went down so hard, so fast, but I wasn't short very much, position. But I thought, yeah, I could do that trade, but I don't know. That's going to be tough. I don't know if I could do that trade. I feel like it's okay. Yeah, no, it definitely got some momentum. Look at this thing. Come on. Slipping into darkness. It's over, right? Definitely the next 4 hours we're going down the tubes here. So here we go. But I wonder how far we go down here. Now we could drop 30 pips here on the pound easily. We're at about 25K now. The pound's filling. So that's the euro. The euro could drop easily 30 pips, and the pound, forget about it. This is a 20 pip grid, so I'm thinking 40 pips here. Take out the low of the previous day. But not necessarily. You know, this stuff doesn't have to happen. And that's the real tough thing, is these things don't have to happen. Oh, well, it's going to take... Nah, you know what? I just don't see it. Are these tried and true things? I maybe they are. I never did the statistics on it, so I don't know. We're only down $9 and we haven't got stopped out of anything. We're taking on some major price action. So my auctions are... People are feasting on my order banks. They love the prices I've picked. These are the prices I've picked. Don't they know who I am? Dude, I'm the limit trader. I'm the market maker's nightmare. The institutions see me log on. Let me put it this way. The mystique of ICT, I mean, dude, this is beyond that. This is intergalactical type of insight into market depth, order entry, order placement. I mean, I don't want to brag like ICT, but dude, this is like Order Block City meets fucking iceberg entry. Like I said, this is pretty much a run across the border. When you think about it, every time I do this, it's like another ICE agent. Think about it like that. And it starts to make sense. Oh, yeah, I see. They're going to run across the border, and then you're going to deport them. Yeah, that's the retracement part, see? The deportation is the retracement. So I have to have a metaphor or an analogy, or otherwise I just can't trade these patterns. I call this the plunge across the border. The attempt to escape. Turns out the fence was, the fence was for us. People used to say that about the wall. They build the wall to keep us in. No, my Netflix is keeping me in. I can't leave. I got to watch the next episode of that. Yeah, they'd spend a lot of money on the soundtracks. It's so lush. It's such a plush life. In my bunker, we have all sorts of treats. I like this break even 30 to make 30. I think it's my favorite psychotic swing trade. Now the placement is critical on that. Okay, look at the fucking dollar is killing. The dollar is destroying Asia. Is anybody talking about this? I said this in one of the other videos. Why aren't I hearing about the destruction? The Asian community is taking it on the chin in public. But look at this. Who's speaking up for these people? Their currency is literally to the decimal point. Some indicators don't even run on this fucking currency. What the fuck happened here? Wow, is that going to go to like $1 million? It's like fucking Bitcoin, that poor yen. Look at that motherfucker. Dude, man, bro, look at this thing. What the fuck? Boy, look at that break of that triangle. That was vicious. Man, get a load of that fucking chart. Oof. A 7-year wedge. That baby took a fucking run into the abyss again. Now, these abysses, you don't want to fuck with these things, man. Oh, we're almost making money. Look at that. I'm only down $3, dude. I'm telling you. Another fake out abyss. It's the pound that's making us money here. So we got the pound is making us money, maybe. Okay, we'll babysit this trade now. All I'm thinking about now is, should I cash out? We just got this amazing fill. Oh, 1 hour looks like, you know what? Let's just hold it. I think we're gonna top tick Tommy this guy again. So we bottom tick Bobby. We just kind of didn't take out the low of the day. So that rule of like, not that we can't, but this looks like a great entry. I'm ready to cash out of that puppy when we go after this. So I could take that whole trade off there, rinse and repeat, and at that moment, as soon as we cash out here, I would come in aggressively right underneath it with tickets like these right underneath. So I'm ready to drop those as soon as I cash out. So to really maximize the account, to really trade it hard, to babysit it and be a attentive trader and realize where you're at. This half-hour chart. This is a triple bottom. If it whips up here, you got the choice to cash out or ride it all night long as it plows north, hopefully making it to this, at least making it back to the low of the previous day, which would be the target for a lot of the retracement people and people that are in that train. So it doesn't have to happen like that. It could go like this, bing, 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 and then go up. It could go bing down lower. So if you get into half of the position, in other words, you undertrade it so that kind of like, you don't want to redline everything you do. And here I would say, I would stick with this trade plan. I'm not going to come into the market and go, oh, what's going up here, so I'm going to sit where I'm at and let this trade play out. But I have to go back to this because if I'm really going to trade both of these things seriously, I have to have them on both screens open at the same time, which I don't. So that's a big rule breaker there. But double bottom here, and we got aggressively in. We're underwater because we started buying that very fresh low based on this Williams fractal here. So I put my buy limit right at the bid, which actually it had dropped lower than that to get filled, but because it is the euro, we nearly got that price. Where the spreads are super tight on this, it's like there is no spread, so it's kind of like we just bought into that plunge. So we did mean to do that. It's not a mistake that we did that, and I'd say that's about the appropriate. Maybe a little bit heavier trade based on $5,000. We could have bought a little bit heavier in this, right? But then we have to scalp out, right? If we get in heavy, we gotta think about, well, that's at least that's what I'm thinking about, I suppose, all the time, in a sense. If we buy this plunge, okay, I'm underwater. Let's, as soon as we get above here, cash out, go watch another movie, get some more ice cream. So in perfect order, we take out the low of the day, but placing a buy limit there would have just maybe filled you. That's where you put the $1 million position in. Right there. Can we go lower? Yes, we could still go lower. It's not a guarantee that it's going to nick the wick because it didn't on the pound. The pound did not take out the low of the previous day. There's no guarantee. And because I decided to get it aggressively here, I'm underwater. So if I was nervous about that, as soon as we make it back to here, I cash out. I don't even wait for it to take out this high. If it's a super big position, and I know I'm going to do another rinse and repeat and lay more limits, and this is not the last trade of my life, I have my finger on the cash out of this. I sit on this this one here. If I double click that, it's going to cash me out. So I'm up on the trade right now, and I'm like, oh, we're only down $1.91, and we're in this approximately 28K, something like that. I can get out right now. So, but probably won't get out here, So that's the thing. The Goldilocks sizing, certainly. So imagine those were 10Ks that dropped. It depends really depends, because right now you can see it's already backing off. If you go to the 5-minute chart, we went up for 5 minutes. You went up for 5 minutes, that's a big deal. So here's the dialed in view. You're probably getting out of that trade. If you're scalping that really big, somebody got out. There's a guy out there that's like, yeah, I just made like $3,000. Let's get out. People do. There's guys that do videos like that. Yeah, we just got in there. I just get out. Okay. Oh, we're good. Put some limits back in. Wait for it to come down. You know, this could be like right here. Do it again. In fact, we should do it right now. Just like that. Okay, let's get it. We're not hardly in this trade. Let's get in bigger now. So these would be 1 hour tickets. They really should be. So in the real world, I would put 1 hour tickets in here because we don't want to overload. Unless it's just drifting back. We can try to get the perfect fit for time and price. Go to this 1 hour tickets. I know I got them in here. Fucking A. Oh, it's just so disorganized in here. Here it is. They're down deeper. So the 1 hour world's like this. Let's buy a retest. It's going lower. Right? We're not in big enough. Come on. And here I'm really going to do a 1 hour auction. New lows. All the way down. Good ratio here. 12 to make 12 pip stops here. So the beauty of the 1 hour ticket is that if I come way down here like this and drop it, it's going to be like, wow, very low risk. I'm asking the market to drop down here in 1 hour. I just don't think it can do it. But if we can, it's going to be amazing. All right, so that we did not get out of that trade. It actually added to that trade. So we had the chance there to say, wow, we dipped into the abyss on the 1 hour. Could have scalped out, did not. Ready to load the wagon here if this thing keeps crushing. Looks like it's going to keep crushing, but we don't know. So we wait. And we wait, and it's going to be probably 9:30 by the time we either go up or down. So really the Goldilocks, the factor of getting into the right size, I'm hoping to get into 2 to 3 standard lots here in the next hour by the market just simply tanking more, coming into my order banks and showing, just letting it happen in a logical sense of the buy low, sell high strategy in the crudest form, which is the most powerful form, is the crudest form, the most raw, robust form across the pound and the euro dollar right now. So the pounds between these two probably be about three standard lots if we drop in 2 hours down into these orders, which it could happen tonight. This is the only excitement really in trading is wow, that could happen for me. I suppose if you're going to trade at the end of the day with an indicator, you're probably not going to have that kind of wonderment. You're going to risk you get a signal, hey, look at this setup here, buddy. Hey Joe, look at it. What do you think of this daily chart? It's pretty good. Wait a couple of days. I don't know. It's still kind of forming a triangle. Yeah, I know. I don't know if I can wait that long. How about you? Fuck no. Give me some crack, man. Hey, you want to get some crack tonight? Because I feel like scalping. I just feel like scalping. I don't know. I'm kind of getting bored here with this fucking trend trading shit. Buy low, sell high shit. Oh, here we go. Asking you shall receive. So we're going to try to get into about $300. It's going to be $600 of margin usage here. Now we're going to take some heat here, son. I want you to brace yourself. It's called drawdown. You're down $12 now. Oh, now you're down 13. Yeah, it's called drawdown. Coming in at 9:30, we're going to be a big fill here, big fill, new lows. Take it out low. Ooh, take it out a little piece. Oh, here you go. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, euro dollar. Oh, I'm going to get in front of this thing. Here we go, guys. This is what trading's about. Buy fucking low. Dollar cost averaging. Put some sleeper cells down here. Come on, man. 2 hours down here. Let's go. Oh, here we go. 50K. Down 17. Still haven't got stopped out. So we're accumulating. I don't like getting stopped out. By the way, I put wide stops in. Well, it's going to drop about 20 pips here before we start getting stopped out. Come to Papa. Here you go. Down $18. 50K down 18. Come on. You can do it. Oh, I know you can do it. Here we go. Oh, that got started. That's woof. Here we go. 60K down 20. How far can they drop this? So I felt like these were guaranteed fills, and sure enough, the market does not disappoint. We are down $24. We're in about 70K. Now we're down. We want to get to $600 of margin usage, down about $150. I figure at that point. But that's what I figure we're going to go to. Still not stopped out anything. Ooh, the Asian sell-off. Still in. No stop outs. Down $28. Huge accumulating the sell-off. Be the spike. Be the wick. So for the next 45 minutes, there's a possible into the abyss wick coming. Brutal meltdown. No signs of letting up. Sellers coming in, trying to take out the low of the day. On the pound, it's going to be a bloodbath. Gird your loins. We're buying down here, by the way, for 2 hours. Try to get $600 of margin going. Drawdown of about $200 at that point, maybe. Yeah. Let's see what this pound's got. Buying in early to the plunge. Aggressively buying in below this zigzag on the 30 minutes. So we started getting in below there. Oh, that's aggressive. Very aggressive trading. On the edge of the abyss for this now. So the euro's coming out of the hole. The euro's kind of trying to pull back, retrace to the floor on the round number. Big round number retracement there. So there was that moment I said we could have scalped out of that, which was back here actually. And we did not take that, and it looks more like a buy on the 5 minute to me because of the momentum of that just crush, and everything below here is like scary. This is why I would never sell into this. Like, this looks like a good move, and I'm like, oh, that's well, I could have sold into that. But Jesus, really, where do we get out? Or don't you feel like, oh, maybe that's oof, that could be like the low? You really want to be selling there? Maybe selling up here, right? Top tick Tommy territory. You're short from here, and then you cover anything below the low of the previous day. You got to think, yikes, we don't want to be selling into that, do we? That's not the kind of breakout trading I want to be doing. How about you, Earl? I don't know. I'm a fundamental trader. Did that Biden guy win? Did the Biden guy, did he wake up yet? He's very awoke. He's carving up. He's carving up immigrants on the border. So the border, they came in. The ICE agents got him there. He's not gonna be too happy. Joey's not gonna be happy because we put him on the train. Yeah, we're gonna whipsaw them. We are gonna whipsaw them. The immigrants are out there at the border. We're gonna take them right back. Here comes the deportation process. So we buy into it. They try to leave. They can't. You have your passports. Sorry, son, you got to go back home. You don't have your license to exist. Are you an essential worker, or are you a unessential worker? I'm just I'm just kind of like bored to death. I'm bored to death worker. Does that count for something? I'm a trend trader. What's it say on your ID? I'm a range trader. Oh, you're one of them. 80% of the market's choppy, and you just trade the chop. Yeah, this is the choppy part. Oof, I think it's going lower. Look at this. Oh my God. I think I'm going to get my wish. $500 of margin, which is about 2 standard lots. in the pound, in the euro. Psycho long. We're going to go psycho long. Well, here we go. Down 40. $200. No stop outs yet. Come to Papa. She's dropping like a rock. Oh, they just don't like that euro. Now, what did that euro do to deserve this sell-off? Can you look up on that zero hedge and tell me what the fuck is going on? It's because they raised the interest rates in the United States. Oh, really? Oh, I get it. Yeah. Oh, if we should have gone short a few months ago, a few days ago. Yeah, I don't know if we're late to this sell-off. I mean, my buddy's short into this. He's using that breakout system. He says he's making money. He's short right now. He called me up, telling me, oh, yeah, shit, we went short that euro. Oh, we're getting stopped out now. I don't like it. No, but I know for us to take this drawdown, I tell you, $600 a margin. We're down $37. Oof. First stop out, we lost a soldier. It's a 20 pip stop. Have no fear, we're martingales here. We just bought more. Autofill. Okay, we gotta let it go through the cycle here. Coming up on the top of the hour. Oof, nice deep buy. Gotta love that. Look at that. One little wick down on that 1 minute right there. That's what stopped me out. Those motherfuckers. Stopped me out again. Oh, corn popped me. Motherfuckers corn popped me there. So we want to buy that though. See, we want to stand in front of that train, man. Oof. That's what you gotta do. It's a suicide mission trading, really it is. All right, so we bought into the plunge there. How about that pound? Ooh, the pound took out the low the previous day. Oh, this looks like it's still got a ways to tank. Uh-oh, stand back, Jack. Now this is going to take some heat, but look how my orders are stacked in perfectly. Oh man, we're dipping into the abyss. Don't go short here, but you know what? People are doing that trade. Oh, here it goes. Look out. I'm going to take some heat now. Look how dense I put these tickets in. This should be very fast. Very psychotically fast. All right. This is the trade, man. This is the style. This is called buy low, sell high. This is how it rolls. Every night. Not every night, because not every night is making new lows. Like, look at this thing. We're coming up on the lows of here. Ooh, bottom tick Bobby is getting trapped. That's the low of the previous day. Oh, oh boy. Scalpers are going to take that for 20 pips. Yeah, wow. Boy, that looks, here it looks like it's just going to hell. Here it looks like it's going to hell. And the daily, you're like, God, can that still go to hell? Yes. Hell yes. Look at it go. Oh my God. All right, beautiful. So maybe down $200 into about $500 a margin here. This is going to be very fast money though. And the big retracement, we'd have to sit on this thing till the end of the week on some of these tickets actually. But hey, $5,000, let's go. Get $1,000 margin going. There's $5,000 in the account, so you know I loaded the wagon. And you saw the tickets I put in there. Shit. No market orders, by the way. The market orders just don't make sense. It doesn't guarantee the buy low, sell high theory. It doesn't. Okay, we're coming off the floor here. Buyers are coming in on that tick chart. Looks good. Looks good. They're coming in. They're buying it up. Oh, look at this 1 minute. Now here's the 15-minute chart plunging. So you put your buy limits down here like this. All right, you got to get in front of it. Got to stay in front of that trade zone. That's what it looks like there. See, like that, just like that, and then picking up, getting close to that 500 bucks. Only down 51. Here we go. So it's not, all that hard work is paying off. So it's like dominoes. We set them up, they knock them down. Is this going to make $2,000? Maybe not. I think we can only make about 500 bucks on this trade, and we'll probably have to use about at least $300 of margin to do the 500 bucks. Oh, actually, in this account, we're going to have to use about $600 of margin to make about 300 bucks, I'd say. Yeah, guaranteed 300. Now, if we stay for the whole thing and we rinse and repeat, like if we cash out, I will get back in and maintain at least. So if you maintain at least a $300,000 position, in the $600 of margin usage, and these are get good trades going, it really becomes very nice flow to it. Cash out of this trade, put another rack in. Is that a genius trade? The next one, it doesn't have to be now because you're rolling over the inventory enough. If you think that you're going to get in this trade and hold it, and it's going to be this amazing swing retracement, it's not going to make as much money as if you take the 20, 40 pips and come back in with another order rack, which is, it's more work, but of course you can make more money. So the rinse and repeats factors, and in a really amazing retracement of 80 pips and golfs, you're like, holy shit, like that move's probably done. In that, and if it happens to be a decent sized position, and you've just really made a chunk of money, you probably want to get out of that, go flat, and come back in and do the same thing again. Because once the auction's over, once the market's gobbled up that price in the spring and sprung, it's kind of over. The next drama is to come, so to speak, but I think the retracement strategy, so after the plunge, and if it doesn't retrace, then here we get a retracement here, so I make money now, but it doesn't always do that. So right now it's retracing, and I have the choice here. If it's the real money and I'm in really big, I would probably cash out the whole thing. At the top of the hours here, so you go to the half-hour chart, you're like, well, you know what? If this pound makes it back to here, these are considerations you have to make. I know that the scalpers are probably going to cash out, and this is not a lot of money. But this is where the sellers are supposed to come in, right? Break out, come back confirmation, now tank. And this half-hour chart. So we give it 90 minutes from here. It's either going to go down lower, which will buy more automatically. And this is the better buy. It's the better price. It'll be a more dramatic retracement. Then we can scalp to here. Or it's just going to tag the bottom here. And now it's just going to go on a mission north and try to take out that. And certainly when it gets above that, I'm cashing out. And then I come back in with my limits. Because I know I could bank that. And there will be sellers here. And sure, it could come back and keep going up. But that's why I'm going to come in with shallow limits just underneath it. So you have to have the... You can't be a completely, oh, well, look at that. See, there you go. Look, it's filling now. So here we go. Get in this big position now. And that was a euro tanking. See, the euro's tanking into the abyss. It's all about the pips. And we're going to stand in front of this train now. I'm putting the scalps in. 2-hour tickets now down here. Here, 24 pip stops to make 42 pips. I mean, that would be a dream trade. Looks like we're dying out, so I'm going to run these 2 hours right in front. Here's 42 pips here. 18 pips stop to make 42. 18 to make 18, so it's definitely a difference. could easily see that just slicing into that box, and that would just be amazing. I'm not going to put any more tickets on this pound because look at this exposure here. It's already ridiculous. And this one, we picked up just a few more tickets down there. Wow, that is the better trade now. And cash out into the round number floor there. So that's the new floor in the 15-minute chart. I still think it could go lower, but I'm not sure at this point. So instead of taking the chance there and missing out on a nice, makes a new low, and this is the ultimate scenario for this trade tonight, is comes to here, bangs off of this, okay, and then it goes nuts. And it takes this out, it comes roaring back, and it spends the next 2 days roaring back. If I'm up $100 here, I could say if I'm up $100 here, let's just cash out, come back in with limits, and expect it to go lower, right? Expect this to happen again. But the flexibility, it's how flexible are you? And are you just going to stay in this based on the 4-hour chart? You would stay in this trade. You wouldn't even think about getting us out of this thing. Because if you go to the 4-hour chart, you're going to go, no, I don't think this is going down anymore. Did you say you went short into this because you wanted to ride it down? Did you say you went? Look, it's getting filled on the pound here. The pound's getting filled. This is going to be psycho night. Look at this, just collapsing in. Oh, caving in on itself. Look at that daily. Nothing to stop it. Just nothing. Nothing but my limits. So here's a premium trade, but look at that target. It's so greedy you can't even do that trade. So here, put the scalps in down here. Coming up on $300 in margin. I lost another couple of K. Stopped out of something there. Oh, that was a nice flash fill there. Okay. $400 we're getting there. Ooh, down. Only down. There you go. Whew. Monster fill. So here we go. Amazing. Oh, getting stopped out of stuff, but down $100. 2 standard lots. No, about 150K right now. I'm guessing because of the pound. Huge meltdowns in both the pound and the euro. So I'm buying this euro. The scalp is so try to make this 10 pips. I know it seems like it's dropping more than that, but I put the orders in so dense. Let's go for some more stuff here. Let's just get in heavy. Let's make the scalp. Here's a 26 pip winner. This is a good ratio. 14 to make 26. Get the perfect size going. Gotta get this to $500 of margin usage. Will be good shot. Good shape. Only down $88, so we're just gobbling up new lows as the follow through momentum from the previous day, which I don't really want to try to even sell into that, even though, like I said, you're making money. If you sold that, right, you're up X, you can see it. The pound's just crushing me here, though. Look at that. So we have to put some wide-ass stops here on the pound. Here are 20 pips. I don't want to get stopped out. Here's 37 pips. Pretty hard to stop me out of that. The euro does not disappoint. Still tanking for another 10 pips, I suppose, here. Stop me out of a few, but we're getting near that $500 of margin usage, only down 100 there. 930 is going to be the turnaround. Up until 930, anything here 930 is typically like, wow, that is like capitulation. If you're short, you're loving it. If you went short here, you're so loving that. Oh, I went short here, man. What a great trade. You're up 10 pips, by the way. If you went short at the low here, be very careful. You're only up 10 pips. How big did you trade on that? So it's not as easy as it looks. And, you know, the breakout thing sounds like, continuation trade. So I like to put in these traps here. And this I could be watching a movie now, but of course I'm sitting here talking into the computer. The 20 pip grid here, by the way. The pound is about 20. For every 20 pip drop on the pound is about 10 pips on the typically. All right, look at this puppy. Man, did I put a rack of tickets in there? Is it just go into nowhere? Yeah, the problem with the abyss is that it's so deep. Here is the beginning of the second abyss is right here. Look at this, man. This is a psycho price. Look at that. Once you breach that. So I like to trade into this. Oh, those are 4Ks. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Oh well. Yeah, those are 4Ks. Those are giant tickets. Here, I'll get rid of them here. These are monster tickets. Oof. Yeah, I don't want to break my tradition here. So we're going to take these 4Ks off. That's wicked. Wicked size there. Better to do this, right? Could put more tickets in. This way. Double your pleasure, double your fun. And this is the 34 pip winner. So here's the big engulf retracement with the engulf. So retrace and then take out the high of the previous day. Go nuts in the other direction. Looks like the euro's pulling off the floor. Oh, not yet. Look at still more droppage. And just the abyss is so huge here. So I think we could get this $600 of margin going. You got to put wide stops in to get that heavy a position, because those underwater losers, which I've gotten stopped out of about it's 15K here so far. I'm not happy about that. I want to see this margin go up, and then I want to see any soldiers get annihilated here. Okay, I'm getting the sweet spot now. Dropping into my limits. Just gotta let it happen. You gotta let it wash over here. Load the wagon, autofill, load the wagon. I'm always amazed that people do sell into this stuff, but you know, like I say, you could be right for 40 pips. What am I to say? Look at that 4-hour chart. You have to ask yourself on that 4-hour chart, like, man, that's crazy how fucking steep that is. That's a trend. Now that is a trend, isn't it now? That's what like is trend traders like that. They get trapped in them trends though. Next thing you know, they're like, what the fuck? I thought we were short that. Oh, that's got it's short squeeze. Oh, that they don't like that. Coming up on that magic $500 of margin usage. Man, look at this. Look how insane that follow through is. Can you get over that? It's like unbelievable. Still like no let up. No sign of a bear. There's not a bull in sight. I'm perking up here though. Look at this. Tick chart's perking up. Another thing, if it was real money, I'd take my targets and I start moving these. instead of adding to the position. So if you don't think you got in big enough, I'd move my targets a little bit. That's the way to. It's almost like you're getting in a bigger position because now you're saying, oh no, I can afford to ride all the zigzags in here to the final destination. Okay, how's the pound doing? Okay, so we took out this low here. This is a big deal. So we have all these tickets stacked in and beyond. Way beyond the abyss. All right, the clock on the wall says go to the 15-minute. Oh, just don't want to be selling into that. But you don't understand. It's in a downtrend. Yeah, so I used to watch this guy. I don't know if he's still around. The forex hangout guy would put on trades like that. Oh, lower lows. So he'd sell here. I went short. I'm like, what are you doing, man? I could not. I don't know. Maybe it just never works when I try to explain. Like, so I had him. It was amazing. So one night, the forex hangout guy, I said to him, dude, put a fucking limit order in. You're killing me. I'm just going to blow my brains out. If you hear a gunfire, it's me blowing my brains out. So he goes, well, what do you want me to do? So he says, he put a buy limit down here, and it didn't fill. Well, I guess that didn't work anyways. Like I was saying, I was like, what, are you killing me, dude? Like, okay, buy one at the market, put a limit in here, like, dude. So he'd be like, it's making, look, it's going down. So I sold here. He could sell here on a breakout. I don't even know if he's putting sell stops or just getting at the market. Like after look, it broke down. Okay, well, you know what? It closed lower. It's going down. So he'd sell there. And I'd be like, okay, you sold here, but aren't you concerned about like the backlash of it just took out the low of the previous? Well, it's making lower lows and higher low and lower highs. Yeah, I'm with you so far, but if you thought about maybe it's going to go the other way there, is it possible that there's no more momentum left in the sell side of that? Like, well, I don't know. It's in a downtrend. It's been a downtrend all week, and I'd be a fucking nut job to buy it. I know. I see what you're saying there. So this Asian session is kind of a, so I said before, it doesn't necessarily take a low day, but it looks like it did. It took out the low of the previous day, and boy, did it ever. But only 10 pips here and only 20 pips here, so it doesn't look as, it looks dramatic, I guess. So we're going to sit tight. Now, I would move the targets. With real money, I'd double click on these puppies and I'd say, you know what, change that fucker, and I would keep changing it, but I'm not in this instance because I want to believe I put in the right amount of scalps and swings. So if I let this go for 90 minutes, so this trade, really you should wait for Europe Open to get out of this trade. If you're waiting for the complete retracement, but if it comes slamming back to my target earlier than, if we take out this high by the time Europe opens, so it has to come to this floor and then blow through, which is like the best, right? Because it rejects this idea that, well, bottoms become tops, top become bottoms, and it then blows through this shit like just brutal, right? Another engulfment the other way, and you're left with a pin bar on the weekly, and people are like, what do you do with that? What, you can't trade a breakout on the weekly, right? The pin bar is like kind of destroyed any kind of breakout trading on the weekly charts. So it is true that the markets can fuck up your setup. If you got a setup, if you're a setup trader, yeah, the market's going to fuck it up. So if you're trading from your gut, like you just say, look at this thing down, like, look at this, honey, look at the chart, look at this fucking thing, it's called a sell-off. It's oversold as it could ever be. And if you kept buying every 4 hours like a complete idiot with a 50 pip stop, dude, you are in this trade big from just that kind of trade. The idea that you're going to just keep buying because it's tanking idea. That's just too stupid. I bought here. It's under the floor. I'm in limits. I bought here. I bought here. I bought, and actually at 1K, 2K, 3. I'm 3K here. Fuck them. Now when it goes up, do not buy. If that's how you're getting in, do not buy. Wait till it comes up. Now here's a trick they don't tell you is, comes up, if you haven't cashed out of something and you want to buy more, now you come back in with the limits and you do it all over again. And now you're doing this trade. Like, so you got this big rally, maybe you cashed out, but then come back in with the buy limits, because if it's really going to go all the way to here, it's probably going to pull back in some kind of, you see, it's already pulling back there. What'd I tell you? So we're only down $48 now, and we're going to sit tight. That's how we have to do it. But this is such a planned out thing here. And it doesn't mean the scenario is going to perfectly unfold the way you want it to. Just, it's amazingly inability for that just never happens. Amazing how that doesn't happen. And we can't force it. We have to wait for this clock to run out. So this is the preamble, I suppose, to the European Open. And whatever kind of follow through from U.S. sessions spilling in here for the next 4 hours, possibly taking the market down and down and down and down. And I never know how far it's going to go down. And I never know how much I'm going to win or lose. It's just the idea that I'm going to do this trade. I just never could, I could never back test anything, because, I mean, I wouldn't have to worry about back testing a 20 pip stop. I know that I got 20 pips to make my 40 pips. I got this ratio that's a price-based ratio as opposed to a percentage or something like that. Running the 80 pip stops on the pound allows me to trade. Maybe I stay in that trade for 5 days. Now, I would normally trade like that, but if I see stuff like that, I might hop in a trade like that once. But typically, I'm just going to sit in the euro and go, I can scalp the euro, or I can swing trade it. And I can have all those orders coexisting at the same time, interwoven in there. So if it does plunge overnight, I'm building a position of, say, 2 standard lots on swing trades, but commingled inside of this is going to be the scalps, because that's going to pay for the dead cat bounces, all the 10 to 20 pip, what people consider noise. If you can capture those, if only for one bounce, inside of a big drop, when the market's dropping this quick, you may not even be able to get a 5 pip bounce off. So, but you're already planning in this situation here. I'm planning to buy the most insanely deep tickets all night long on this account. So that is going to be what makes it a set and forget it system. Certainly, if you're going to babysit the tick chart, you can look for, oh, look at this, and you've got your hand on a trigger that you have a predetermined target already in there. Because you probably want to, and if the market goes on a run and you're chasing it with this market order that you wrote that kind of skims it, you can make a lot of money when the market's flying, if you got your finger on that trigger and you're piling into that trade. But the passive style of having all these orders pending and knowing for the next 8 hours, you're willing to take on this much risk, whatever it be, you can probably add it up, or you can probably get systems that look at all your exposure. I'm sure there's a robot that can look at all your pendings and determine where your stops are if in the next 8 hours you're going to blow that up account. Now, that's probably a robot that's easy to write. I don't know. It looks at all the fucking tickets. It goes, dude, if these all fill, people ask all the time, what if all those tickets fill? Well, I don't even know myself, but here's the thing. You're either going to blow up the account or you're going to lose some money. Now, if the account's really big, you're probably just going to lose some money. But if the account's really small, you're probably going to blow up the account. So you got to know that going in. So now it's retracing, and I'm cashing out. And like I said, if I'm not in big enough, I would be moving my take profits right now frantically. Or you have a robot do that. And that's another great use for a robot. That's one thing a robot can do, is he could manage your profits and your losses. That's about it. Okay, so I ought to be bigger than I'm in. So maybe we're only going to make about $150 here if we're lucky. Using $360 in margin, make $150. At least we can say we made $150, right? We're going to make up our losses first. We're down $20 on the balance. But I wouldn't be moving my targets, if I really was like, I got to max this. See, these are coming up. These are too close. I move those pound targets. Those are too tight. But that's the scalp we need. And this is where the compromise is. The scalp we need lives inside of all these tickets. If we constantly scalp a standard lot while we're swinging this thing, right? While we got this big picture view. Now, the big picture view tickets, when I scalp out, I'm dumping those. Unless they're predetermined like this. If the scalp targets are predetermined, otherwise, when this thing comes ripping back to the floor, I perceive this to be the floor, I'm dumping everything, probably, and I'm going to come back and do the limits again. Tight. And here's where it could go wrong or go right. Based on this as a 4-hour chart, when you come in with shallow buy limits like this, after a dead cat bounce on the floor, if you do dump the whole position, and you're like, okay, let's come in like this, don't be surprised if they take out this. But then, of course, these would be the 8-hour tickets, and these are going to be the 1, 2, 3, 4-hour tickets. The way to custom fit the entry is to have the expirations be 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, and then the big last all day long. And of course, some of these tickets should last all day long. But then if you do that, then you're going to overload the broker, and you won't be able to. You'll have to cancel those because they're ridiculously deep. They're not going to fill. They're fantasy tickets for sure. So the fantasy trading, the idea of putting these pendings in, it's almost over 10 years ago, I started thinking about, you know what? Let's just put orders down here, and then we don't have to fucking worry about shit. If they take it down there, yes, we'll do that. And I got the cells pending up there. I thought that's it, because and the only problem being is that if there's not enough money for that trade, even though it's a brilliant trade, you're dead. And the idea that it's going to go like this is not necessarily going to happen perfectly like that. I keep sticking my mouse on this here. More likely to hear, like that. So people think in terms of this stuff because, sure, and the argument against it is, look at this rip here. Like, what are you talking about? That rip happens all the time. In the 4-hour chart, I could see this, hesitate here, continue. But you know what? This is plenty of pips for me. I'm just thinking about how many pips it is. So even though the patterns and the structures, okay, now we're cashing out. That's why I'd be moving those targets. Could be like, you know what? Let's hold on to what we got in automatically. The market got us in this because the market went lower. And, by the way, we are up on these trades. So let's move these British pound guys are about to cash out. Open them up and cancel replace. Look, it's going up. It's going up. But we're going to let it auto cash out because I said that we really should take about at least $100 of margin off the table here just in scalps. So 930's here. And also I could get out with my take all profits key. If I thought, well, that's going to happen. Here, look at it. We're ripping back. We've trapped all the goobers that went short. My neighbor went short right here. His breakout system was just working fine. Yeah, he said he was up, and then, I don't know what happened. He said something about, well, he says, don't worry, I got to stop up here and save me. I'll only lose this much. Okay, I'm with you so far. Yeah, I'm a trend trader, dude. I'm allowed to sell. That was the funny thing was like, it's like an LGBT thing, right? You're only allowed to be on one team. Have you thought about maybe switching teams? Well, like swim teams? Yeah, well, I mean, dude, there's an opening. So we're up $4, so look at that. See? But you see, here's the concept, and I didn't get the fill I wanted. I wanted to be in $600 of margin down here. That's why I got in aggressive at the top. That's why I kind of piled in early. And if we smash through the floor here and make an engulfment, we take out this high. That's where you got your stops, right? Would you put your stop again right here? Yeah, because, it's in a downtrend. And I'm selling confirmation sell stop here. We went short. Oof. You did, huh? Okay. Only because I'm trying to film. I'm trying to follow my rules. I feel so bad when I met these people on the internet that taking these trend trading courses, and they're like, "Well, my checklist is it's in a downtrend. Okay, check, and I'm waiting for a pin bar, not just any pin bar. I'm looking for a bearish pin bar because the bears are in control." And I want to be on the bear team because it's going down. I'm with you so far. Yeah, it's going down. Just look at it. Here, look at the dailies. Let me show you the downtrend. You get a kick out of this. Look at it started over here. Wait, what is the fucking? That's a British pound. Wait a second. That's a British pound. That's crazy. No, the euro's in a downtrend. Let me show you how. I know you don't believe in trends, but on the daily chart, now let me ask you, how many days have we been going down on that euro? Oh, I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 5th day down. It's like the 5th booster. Pretty much, right? So the big kahuna vacuum here, this abyss that we're buying, I've been buying into this abyss, takes out this thing today. Oof. Now you could have shorted there. Would you want to stay short, or did you cashing out as soon as you take out this and this? Holy shit. Can't we bounce? We just went down for how many fucking days? The breakout traders got that, right? Sell stop. Look at that. We're waiting. I mean, what are you doing? We're not even making money, so I feel like I should reload the wagon here. Oof. Yeah. I'd be moving these targets right now frantically. Okay, we gotta go take out this high of the day now. So we could dump everything here, and then we'll lay in the limits just like they are pretty much, but closer to the market. That is going to be the plan. That's how we roll. So that's I call that the Asian scalp. By a low the previous day, everybody's losing their fucking mind. The goobers are short. They're like, look at that downtrend. Yeah. I got a system. It's a trend system. Trend following system. Yeah, I just bought it. It's like $300. Got it online. Yeah, it's called Trendomatic. Okay. How's that work again? Well, you find the trend. ICT says you got to find the daily bias. But then you put that on there and then, hey, just pull the trigger, dude. Fucking don't be a pussy. Pull the trigger. Go short right there. You're short, right? Fuck yeah, I'm not an idiot. As soon as it took out the low of the previous day, I go, well, there's enough confirmation for me. It's making lower lows. So what did I do? I just make extra sure. I made sure it closed down here, and I said, that is bearish. Fucking A, sell right now. I had total confirmation in that. Yeah. I feel good about it. Don't forget, I sold here, and it worked out fucking perfect. And I sold here. Okay, took a little drawdown, but fucking A, man. It came right back to look how good I'm doing on this trading thing. People think I'm stupid. I'm not stupid. Look at the hourly. Still in a downtrend. Don't tell me that's not in a downtrend. I'll prove it to you. Watch. Wait till I show you my moving average system. This will convince you if nothing does. 13 period moving average. We like that because it's a Fibonacci. Look at. Is that in a downtrend or not? Hello? Dude. What a tard. Okay, do you see what I'm saying? Why are you trying to buy that? Even the moving averages tell you it's in a downtrend. Right. It's been right since. Look, go to the 4-hour chart. Hello? You sell right here at the trend line. Right at the fucking moving average. So I know people are doing this trade, right? It's a perfect fit on the 4-hour chart with this moving average on this day, but here it's not. This is kind of a messy sell. Do I buy? Do I sell? Do I buy? Do I sell? Oh shit. Not close enough to the moving average. Now, well, look at these premium setups. Does it get any better than that? And I'm still short, moving my trailing stop. I'm winning. Move my trailing stop. Money management first. Oh, I don't know. I guess I'm a risk taker. I don't trade like that, but I don't run trailing stops, actually. I just go all in. I'm a plunger, man. I just go all in. Like if I'm getting stopped out of that, you know, there's always 4 hours from now. I go back in guns blazing. In fact, this one I never scalped out. I'm looking for more plunge. Look at this thing. Come on, it's going down. Look at it. Forget about it. It's going lower. Guaranteed. Now the pound's coming out of the woods. I feel like scalping out of this. Can the pound pull up out of this? 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart looks beautiful. Don't touch that. Oh, it's a beautiful retracement. That's going to be perfect. Euro's still got to tank some more. So anyways, it's going to take time. But you see, you get my point. You see, it's like we don't know if it's going to go lower, and I'm already in. And if it goes higher, we're getting out. And it gets easier as the night goes on. Here's 4 hours straight down. Straight down 4 hours, right? Fucking amazing, right? Look at that thing. Jesus Christ. Straight down. Oof. Anyways, I'm tired. I gotta take a nap. So I think it's gonna keep tanking, but I'll run the demo and see what it looks like in the morning. But you see what I'm saying? We don't know. We put the orders in. We let it happen. We walk away. British pound looks good. Not crazy about the sells up here, but I'll let those go. I'll have to babysit those if they fill. It might take some time. Look at that. What an amazing train wreck of price action. I mean, really trend trading that? Well, you're damn sure I'm trend trading that. How's that work out for you again? I'll show you. Here's the moving average. We only take sells. Sold here. Did not get out here. Came back. Stopped me out. Ran a trailing stop. So it can all go terribly wrong, even though you think you got everything figured out. So I just went with this crude style trading. Just blanket the orders in, let it come. Market comes plunging down. It's always a mystery, especially Asia. Is it going to go into the abyss? Or is it going to nick the abyss and start to go retrace mode? Certainly be buying at the market in some of these situations here, which I'm not in this account, but like my real money. Right now I'm like, you know what? I don't think I'm in big enough here. Let's buy at the market. This looks like a failure to break out. It looks like they're trapping these breakout traders, like they're just going to get raped right now in the next hour. They sold here. They're underwater. They didn't take their profits when they were all giddy about, it's in a downtrend. And now it's going to be rip your face off. The rest of the week's going to be rip your face off. And if you just stay in this position, which may not be very big, it may be just a standard lot left over after all the scalps unfold inside of this, and it drifts up. If you got the patience for that, for the next 8 hours of drift, then by the time U.S. markets open, or London opens in 4 hours, then that's the trade, That's the trade. That's how it is, and it's unique every time. Every day is different. Every week's different. Sometimes I make a bunch of money. Sometimes I lose a bunch of money. I guess a bunch is relative, but it's too easy to make it back. It's just too easy to make it back. So I guess I don't mind if I get stopped out. So the pace of the market, this Asian pace, and this does not have to retrace now. This can really be what it has. It can be all the time. Is this bottom becomes a top, and it's going to tank. So the backup plan is I will buy more, and since I'm not in that big, it's like it's okay. We're not in that big. If it goes lower, we buy more. So it's happening on these two currencies. So this is a little more difficult than my own account where I just trade euro only. Decisions here. I'm looking at the pound right now, so I'm like, okay, well, that's the pound. We can use that to scalp and pad the account, but we want to mainly trade the euro. And some of these, like the pound right now, you're up on all those tickets that they plunged on, and I can take those off. And maybe I'm going to wait 5 minutes. So I'll go to the 5-minute chart. These are all considerations. You could trade like this, or these are considerations you can make in real time. You know what? Should have got out here. Should have just got out at the floor, the Asian floor. It came screaming up. That was a good trade. Should have just dumped right now. In fact, let's just dump it right now. Or is it going to teeter and rip your face off to the upside? If you go to the 4-hour chart, you'll change your mind. You'd be like, ooh, I would let that thing go. That's going to rip your face off. Because the 4-hour chart says, holy shit, you're trapped underneath this to me. Like, wow. Can we at least make this many fucking pips after we just dropped this many fucking pips? Don't forget, even though the line chart doesn't show it, that's 40, 60, 80, 100 pip drop from here to here. You can't get a fucking 20 pip bounce out of that? Like, in what world? Right? Like, look at this smash and retrace. I mean, it's a real world. I just don't think you can't make 20 pips here tonight. So that's my goal. That's the big picture view. The 5-minute picture is, can we weasel out of this hole? Do we trap every goober in the world in the downtrend? Goober trap. Looks like the pound's going to pull out first. The pound is screaming north out of that hole. So this is where the sellers are supposed to come in right now. Right here, right now. This is the pivot. This is the breakout. This is the threshold right here. So that's it. We just have to see what happens. And whatever happens, happens. And you got to be prepared for the worst. The worst. So there you go. That's the name of that tune.